Hey again, it's Erica. I'm here to shoot another video, this time being about my hair. I've tried to type this up in the curly hair subreddit. I've tried to briefly sum it up in my Instagram, but it's really difficult to do that in, just text or pictures or all of that. With that being said, I'm going to take my hair from this curly, tangly mess. Actually, it doesn't look that bad for next day, but it's a little frizzy if you get up close. So mainly what I do for my hair routine is I wash it maybe twice a week, and I condition it probably 3 times a week. I'm gonna wash and condition in the shower. You're gonna see me cut away, and then I'll come back and I'll be showered and I'll go through the rest of my routine. So the rest of that routine being a leave-in conditioner, a curl boosting mousse, and a gel. So just to briefly walk you through my products, this is the DevaCurl No Poo Original. I recently switched to this from Onesta's deep hydrating shampoo, which nothing against that one. I've just heard so many good things about the DevaCurl brand products that I wanted to give them a shot, and I really like the way that this No Poo Original hair cleanser combines with my conditioner, which is the DevaCurl One Condition Original. And this is amazing stuff. I also have been using the Onesta conditioner, and again, no real problems with that. I think I may switch back to that if this ever gets too expensive. And then after I shower, I add in the DevaCurl Be Leave-In, and then the Herbal Essences Totally Twisted Curl Boosting Mousse, and last but not least, the Aussie Instant Freeze Gel. I love this stuff. I've been using this for a very long time now. I buy it in bulk. I wish they sold bigger sizes. I'm not sure if they do. If they do, please let me know, because I just buy these by the 3 or the 5 pack. Honestly, it's incredible. So after you add in those products, you plop with a t-shirt. I have this nice little Stranger Things pajama t-shirt that I just use to plop my hair, and I'll show you the process for that. You can also use a microfiber towel, but make sure you do not use a regular either hand towel or large, normal bath towel, because those little rings in the fibers are actually really bad for curly hair. They add frizz, they dry it out too much. You either want to use this microfiber towel, or I just use a t-shirt, because you can use the sleeves to kind of tie it behind your head very easily. So I'm going to show you the process for the t-shirt. I don't really use the towel. I just got it in the starter kit from DevaCurl that I ordered. Another thing that I'm going to be trying today is using the bowl method, which I saw from another curly YouTuber, Janelle. Oh my god, I wish I looked up her last name before I shot this, but I will give her credit to that later on. She uses the hashtag Janelle's Got My Curls. She's awesome. I just recently discovered her. She's great. And she, in one of her recent videos, showed the bowl method. So I've actually never tried that before. I'm going to be trying it out right now, mainly for the convenience of shooting, and doing this process in front of you guys, but also because I think it helps to save the water that you're trying to squish back into your hair, and just instead of running the faucet or running the shower or something like that, which to me is a big waste of water. So this just keeps the nice, the water right here contained. It'll make it easy for me to film, and yeah, I'm excited to show you my process. With that being said, I'm gonna go take a shower, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just showered, and in the shower I used, as I talked about before, the DevaCurl No Poo Original for my hair cleanser. I leave that in while I kind of wash my face, and then I'll rinse it out, and that helps to make it easier to detangle my hair. I found I don't use this every time I shower. Most of the times I'm just using my conditioner, which is called a co-wash or a conditioner only wash. But on the days in which I do wash my hair, I use the, like I said, DevaCurl No Poo Original. Once I've done that, I then add in the DevaCurl One Condition Original, and I will, add in a big heaping handful of that stuff, and I'll work it into my hair. I'll, finger comb until all of my hair is detangled, you know, I can run my fingers through it without catching any snags. The occasional one's fine, I guess. And then once that's done, I have my hair flipped upside down in the shower like this, and I'm squishing. So in the shower with that conditioner, I'm doing this. And if my hair were more wet, which you'll hear in a bit when I do the other parts of my routine, you'll hear this squishing, and that's called squish to condish. So you want to make sure you spend some time in the shower with that the conditioner in there, squishing, conditioning, letting it rest. Sometimes I'll leave it in while I wash the rest of my body. I'll leave it in while I'm shaving. It's just in for the majority of my shower while I'm doing all other shower activities. And then once that's done, I will rinse it out with like a lukewarm or cooler water. You don't want too hot. And then once you've washed all of that out, I normally do this, then it's time for the post-shower like styling phase of this routine. So normally I'm obviously doing this right out of the shower. You want your hair to be dripping, drenched wet. I'm not joking. It has to be soaking wet. As you can see, my little hoodie or pullover or whatever has absorbed a lot of the moisture, which I'm going to add back in. So to add some more moisture back in for the purposes of this video, and what I think I'm going to try and start doing from now on, after this video and onward, is to use a method I found on Janelle O'Shaughnessy's YouTube page called the bowl method. She may have heard of it from somewhere else, but that's just where I heard of it, and it's just where you have a bunch of water in a bowl. And that way, as I'm doing this routine, you'll see me stand up, you'll see me bend over, and I'm just going to be doing all of the adding of my additional products over this bowl, constantly adding moisture when I need to, so that way you make your hair silky smooth, because just adding in product after product after product makes it really weighed down. It makes it hard to style, so you want to keep adding in water during this process. Basically, I'm going to try and not get my computer wet, but I've cleared out some room here, so I think I'm going to be okay. So with that being said, I'm just going to quickly show you the products that I'm going to be using while I'm styling my hair. First off is going to be the DevaCurl Leave-In Conditioner. So I'm going to add this in first, and then after that you'll see me add this Herbal Essences Curl Boosting Mousse. It comes in this like a spray can basically. And then I'm going to be adding in this Aussie Instant Freeze Gel. And some people don't use a gel, some people do. I'm one of the people that do because I like what it does for the final look of my hair and the feel and the texture. A lot of people say that gel will make it too hard or it'll look too shiny or too wet, but basically what I find with the gel is that once you add it in and it dries later, you basically do what's called scrunch out the crunch. And that's a process where your hair will look like shiny and hard and encased in this like gel substance. And for a smoother kind of curl look, you scrunch those, the crunch out from the gel cast or the shell around your individual defined curls. And I'll show that part later once my hair is eventually dried. So I'm gonna add these products in, and then I'll talk through the next part, which is plopping. So yeah, let's get started. So first up, I'm just going to wet my hair in general because it's supposed to be dripping wet for this part. So I'm going to stand up, dunk my head in the water, and add in the leave-in. Oh, this is so weird. Okay, so my hair is pretty freaking wet right now. I'm going to take this leave-in conditioner and add in, a decent sized glob. Work it through my hands, lather it up, and work it through the hair. I feel like my hair could use a little more product, so I'm just going to add a little bit more in and work that in, mostly at the ends here. So once that's added in, I'm going to start scrunching. You can already see some of these curls starting to get defined. Next up, I'm going to take this Herbal Essences Curl Boosting Mousse, shake it up. I usually spray about this much. I'm not quite honestly not sure what's like the right amount, but I found this is what works for my hair, and I just work that in all the way down my hair. So I'm going to add more moisture back in. Again, scrunch more. Cool. I'm actually pretty happy with this. You can see some of the curls like this one. Some are more defined. There's going to be a little frizz. Like, no one's hair is perfect, and that's totally okay. So I've actually got some water on my computer. I'm going to try and wipe that off real quick. So here is Squish. I got 2 of my 3 products in, and last up I'm going to add in the gel, and then I'll walk you through the rest of my process. So gel, again, not quite sure what like the right amount is, but I usually do a glob about that size. Work it through my hair, and this bowl of water is going to come in handy to style my hair once it's gelled, because that usually makes it a little tougher. You may be thinking, like, what was the point in squishing if I'm just going to keep working my hands through with all this product? And I think it just, I mean, I can't answer for sure. I don't know like the science behind it, but having those curl patterns defined, I think will make it easier for them to find each other again once you like flip over, style, and re-squish. So like the very last thing I do before I pop is squish again, and that'll make those curls get more defined. So gel is pretty well worked in. It's easy to run my hands down. I'm going to add a little bit more moisture. So, next up, I'll sit down, I'll flip my hair back, and now what I'm going to be doing is parting and then plopping. So, some people part after they plop, but in my opinion, the plop is done to take a little bit of the moisture away before you let it down to either diffuse or air dry, so you're not just trying to diffuse or let dry, like soaking a head of hair. So what I do is I part first. I'll re-scrunch to like make some curls defined again, and then I'll plop it when it's already parted to ensure that when I let the plop down, my hair's already parted. I don't then have to run my fingers through it and mess up, some of these like nicely defined curls. So in order to part, I've got this handy little side mirror here to help me out, because I can't really see too well in that webcam. I'm going to be wetting my hand and running it through the gelled hair, and that's going to help make it a lot easier to work with my hair, basically. I'm getting like everything around me wet, but this is the best way I know how to do this, so again, keep wetting my hands and just get the sides in place, basically, and then I can figure out like the part. Running through, making sure that it's all easily separated. I used to, in the past, just kind of part on the left side of my head and just always do that same spot or within like, ½ inch of there. But lately I've just been kind of like looking at my hair, seeing where it naturally seems to want to part. Today there's no like defined thing, so I'm just going to do my normal spot and just take my hands, go straight back, part as normal. I've got this thing with my nails where like they start flaking at the end and it's like fraying some of these hairs. So that's one of the most annoying things, when you can feel your hair getting caught in like, a nail that needs to be done. So I'm going to get them done later, but for now it's just super annoying. So I've made my part, and I'm just going to keep wetting my hands and working through. For the non-curlies out there watching this video, you're like, yo, this girl's got the craziest hair routine, but I've been following like the curly hair subreddit on Reddit. I've been following a lot of the tips there. I've been following some curly girls on YouTube, and like we all do some sort of variation of the same thing, and like this is the best thing. This is like what works for curly hair. I'm pretty happy with this. So again, it looks soaking wet. It is soaking wet. What I do last, I'm going to try not mess up my office chair. I have a towel on the floor here, which I'm going to try and do this over. I'm going to stand up and scrunch out, not scrunch, squish to condish. I'm just going to squish my hair a little bit while it's set, just to like really bring out some of those nice big curl patterns, okay? So just stand up. It's going to look a little weird, but whatever. I'm trying to get some of the excess water out too. Normally I do this over the shower, but again, it's super difficult to do this video. Okay. All right, pretty happy with that. So brief recap, I showered with my DevaCurl No Poo and One Condition Original, squishing to condish while you're in the shower. Once I step out of the shower, I added in the DevaCurl Be Leave-In conditioner. I added my curl mousse. The Herbal Essence is totally twisted curl boosting mousse. And then I add in the gel, which is the Aussie Instant Freeze gel. I love this stuff. It's like the only gel I've been using. It's incredible. I used to use the Kinky Curly Curling Custard, which was good, but I don't know. I found much better results from this gel. So once those products are in, I've used this bowl to add moisture. You can use a faucet. You can use like your shower head. A lot of that will waste more water. It's kind of just convenient to do it over this bowl, and the best part about that is as you're squishing, it's adding in some of the product back into that water, so you're not using like plain water to like add moisture back. You're using water that's got some of the product in it over time, like as you squish over it. Add in the products part, and then last but not least is plop. So I'm going to move this bowl out of the way and try not to spill it everywhere. So I've got a nice little setup here. The plop is very important because what it does is it starts to soak up some of that moisture. You can't plop with like a regular old hand towel that you have in your bathroom or a regular towel that most people use. Like I'll use those towels to like dry my body, but for my hair, I specifically use like a cotton t-shirt. And the way I do it is, you see the t-shirt, I use the back of it. I lay it down so that I'm going to try and flip this down for you guys. All right. So I lay the shirt down in front of me with the neck of the shirt facing me and the lower torso part of the shirt at the end. Again, this is the back of the shirt. I have the sleeves out on the side, and some of you can probably already figure out what's going on next, but I'm going to lay my hair down, flip the back over so it covers the back of my head, and then tie it with the sleeves. And hopefully you can see this part. So hair is already parted. Sometimes I just get a couple more squishes here if I feel like I need to, looking at my hair. I lay it right down near the neck. Got caught in my nails again. Flip the back over. Tie this off. Snug but not too tight. Okay. And then I kind of fix the forehead line. I'm going to use this side mirror here to do that. Get any hairs that are out of the way there. I tuck the hair behind my ears, so that way it dries behind my ears. And that's it. I kind of just leave it plopped for maybe 10 minutes. At this point, I make sure I get changed, so that way I'm not changing and like messing up my hair when it's down and wet, because if you mess with it when it's wet, it can add frizz unnecessarily. Like all hair is going to have some frizz by nature, but the more you can reduce, the better. So again, at this point, it's plopped. I'm going to change for the day. I start doing my makeup, and like when I'm sitting down at my vanity at some point, when I just feel, like it's been enough time, I'll just undo the sleeves in the back, take my hair down, and like gently let my hair down. And it may not be perfect. You'll just have to maybe fix like a strand here or a strand there, and lightly finger comb. Very, very lightly finger comb, so that you're not really adding pressure. You're just kind of like separating strands of curls, basically. At that point, what I do is I just let it air dry for a couple hours, because again, I don't really mind the look. If I really wanted it to look dry, then I would use a diffuser. On cool setting, it takes longer, but again, it's better for frizz. A lot of people will mix between hot and cold. I'll do that when I'm impatient, but I don't remember the last time I used a diffuser, honestly. So What I'm going to do now is get changed, do my makeup, go about my day, and later on I will come back and I'll just like shoot a quick little video so you can see the finished product basically. And hopefully, if I did it all right, I know it was super weird to do it in this setting, but if I did it all right, you'll see, nice, soft, defined curls cascading down my face. So yeah, that's my process. It's pretty intense. It seems a little longer, but this was a difficult setting to do it in. Normally, this whole process will probably take me maybe like 15 minutes in the shower, maybe 20, and then it will take maybe an additional like 5 or 10 outside of my shower. Yeah, so I can't wait to show you the finished result later. So I've gone about my day. It's been a number of hours since I've showered, since I've done my hair, since I've styled it. And, basically at this point is when I would, during the days when I would do this, but I saved this step for now. At this point is when the gel is hardened. You can feel that your hair is hard and crunchy in a number of places. And then what I do, I don't know if this is the preferred method, the described method, but what I do is I basically just kind of crunch my hair together. It breaks all those little gel casts in the hair. And then I do the same thing on the other side, just kind of work from the top all the way down. After my keratin treatment, I did not find it to be completely necessary. My hair usually just dries and it looks and feels so incredibly soft. Like as soft as you guys feel like this looks is how it feels, I can guarantee you. And then to add some volume, like I usually notice that like it kind of sits somewhat flat here and like, it's like curled out very nice. So what I'll do is I'll just, making sure that I can use this the right way, I'll kind of like work my hands at the roots underneath and just like fluff it up a bit and loosen it up at the root area. Just kind of work around my head, being mindful of the part, and just go on each side to the back of the head and just fluff my hair up. And voila, this is how I wear it every day. So this is my wash day. On to prepare for day 2, I would just put it up in a pineapple, which essentially is just a very high ponytail right on top of your head. That way, no matter which way you're like sleeping on your pillow, it like, you're not messing up your curls. So basically, when my hair is at this length, I just put it on top of my head and get a very loose scrunchie there. And that'll just make sure that the curls are safe and protected overnight. And then I'll just let it down the next day and just refresh. Run my wet hands with a little bit of conditioner through the curls, scrunch and squish and all that, and then they're good to go for the next day. So you can do that for a number of days. Anyway, this has been my routine. I really hope you enjoyed it. And again, if you have any questions, please leave them below and I would be happy to get to them. Thanks.